Hey everyone, let me know if we are 100% live. I think we are. My internet should be fixed last time. Oh, that's bright. Dang. That's a little better. Let me know if you can hear. Well, let's give it a couple. If you're here, let me know. Let me know we're good to go. You can hear me. I always like to just make sure with the microphones. Test. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm so glad. So I apologize for anyone last week. I tried to go live. We've been having internet issues for like 2 weeks. It's not that it wasn't working, it was just super slow. And my wife, Nicole, said, I don't think the live stream is a good idea. And I said, we'll just give it a go. And long story short, I live streamed for like 1 minute and then it cut me off. And I was like, I felt like an idiot. So it looks like we did have a tech out and uh, it looks like we're good to go now. So, hi everyone. Bigger Red. William, thank you. The Common Historian, what's up, dude? How you doing? Bandit the Cat is here. Let me know where you're dialing in from. Richard from Scotland. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I've been to Ireland. I've never been to Scotland. It is on the list. I'm hoping my wife and I 10-year anniversary is in 4 more years, and we went to Europe for our honeymoon, so we're hoping to go back there and add Scotland this time. Oh, I see. Okay. All right, everyone. This is going to be not what I had originally planned. I was hoping to do this last week. We're doing it this week. I have like 3 pages of notes because I really just wanted to kind of go through this entire year with you, 2025. It has been such a great year for not only my channel, but just us personally. Like my baby girl just turned 1 December 3rd. So it just having her with us, it's been, major life changing thing. Um, but YouTube too. I mean, it grew so much. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to go through a lot of the videos that I posted throughout this year. But I want to start off. This is what I mean by when I said this live stream is not going to go how I had hoped it would. I posted about it yesterday, but I just found out, just like a lot of you, a huge portion of the YouTube community that we have here. We all found out that the godfather who really started this niche, Adam the Woo, has sadly passed away. I believe it was yesterday, very unexpectedly. He was only 51. Um, I was so upset last night, and I know a lot of you were too. I had so many people comment on my post that I made last night. There was so many comments, and it just shows you the power of YouTube. Like like I never knew the man. I never met him besides a few comment exchanges back and forth. My baby girl is going to bed, so good night. 2 more sleeps till Christmas, um, I never knew personally Adam the Woo, like I said, other than a few comments. I do remember last year thinking, because he was one of, just like a lot of us, he was one of the first that I subscribed to like 10 years ago. And I remember last year on one of my videos, I think it was a Bonnie and Clyde video, he actually commented and was like, cool or good spot, Nick, or cool location, Nick. And I was like, holy crap, Adam the Woo commented on my video. But anyway, it's so shocking. I didn't think it was real at first. And then I like did like a what, just like a lot of you did. So I just wanted to, before we get started in this, I just wanted to say that I will greatly miss the Woo, just like I know a lot of you will. And he's definitely up there for one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel and even got a lot of these ideas. So uh, rest in peace, Adam the Woo, and we will continue to enjoy his videos on his channel. Gosh, he has thousands. So anyway, um, I have a lot to go over, but as you guys are jumping in, let me know where you're dialing in from. I saw Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. William, that's awesome. I was literally just watching the Pittsburgh Penguins a half hour ago. Common historian. I did the same thing. I double check about Adam DeLu. I literally was scrolling last night and I saw, because I follow Jordan the Lion too. I saw it posted rest in peace Adam DeLu, and my brain didn't even process. I just like thought, oh, that must be a joke. And I kept scrolling. And then like 30 minutes later, that same video came back on and I saw the pinned comment where he said like confirmed he's passed. And I did like a what? And it's just so sad because gosh, I don't want I have 3 pages of notes to go through. So but I'm thinking like 2 nights ago, I was literally watching his last video that he just posted like without even knowing, because it's just I would check in. I'd usually watch him about once a week just to see what he's up to. So anyway, rest in peace, Adam the Lou. For those of you who have seen my most previous video, that was definitely a bucket list item. We spent one night inside the Bonnie and Clyde Joplin Shootout Garage apartment. That was absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. That was, gosh, it was a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie. I did the live stream from there too. So if you want to go back and watch the live stream, feel free. If you guys have any questions too, just let me know. But I want to, since this is the end of the year, I want to kind of go through my 2025 YouTube journey with y'all. I'm kind of in shock. I don't post because I've always worked a Monday through Friday 9 to 5, and like I said, I have a baby girl now, so like my wife and my traveling has really gone down this year. So like I normally would only post once a week, but doing that, I still can't believe we got some of these numbers. So just for reference, my YouTube channel started 2025 with 11,565 subs, which in my opinion was pretty good. Only posting once a week this whole year, long forms. I post shorts, but the long form stuff, we just passed 33,000 subs last week or something. So more than doubled, about 20,000 subs plus. So I just want to thank y'all. I met so many great new friends and people who discover the channel, and I see comment on every video and I get to know them and know their names and their profile pictures. So that's so much fun. And just to find out, where people are from. And I like doing these live streams because I usually say, let me know if you guys want me to go anywhere or have any ideas. I get a lot of those ideas. So it has been a pretty cool year. Let me see. I want to go back to my first video of 2025. Let me know if anyone has seen it. I went to visit the gravesite of Benjamin Franklin in Philadelphia, and I actually did a. I don't think anyone has ever done this video. Benjamin Franklin, his grave and where he died, and I went to the ghost house. It's not a ghost house, but the outlining of the house where his house was originally, and then there's the Ben Franklin Museum, and then his grave site in Philly. And it's funny because I used to live outside of Philadelphia for about 6 years. For those of you who do not know, I currently live in Texas the last 4 years, originally from Pennsylvania. But my wife and I did live outside of Philly for a while. So I've been to Independence Hall so many times. Uh, I've seen his grave, obviously, before YouTube. I've never got it on film. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and do that. And I'm so glad I did because that video kicked off 2025 like big time. Like, I think, what I write here, I can't even read my writing. We're just shy of 100,000 views on the Benjamin Franklin video. So thank you all for that. I hope you enjoy my Elvis mug. I know I have some Elvis fans on the channel. I was in honor of Adam the Woo. I was going to get coffee, my piping hot caffeinated beverage, as he would always say. I even thought about going to get a Starbucks, but I'm like, no, I'm never going to, I cannot have caffeine this late. I won't sleep. So I have decaffeinated peppermint bark tea. William, I just saw your comment. My brother lives in Frisco. That is nuts. I worked in Frisco for a while. Actually, most of the time I've been in Texas until recently. So that's really cool. That's a small world. All right. So as going through the videos, Benjamin Franklin kicks the year off, just shy of 100,000 views. Thank you very much. That's awesome. I hope, actually, I don't hope. I promise you guys, I have more founding fathers' graves and where they died type of videos coming up in 2026. We're going to go, I was there before, but we're going back to Mount Vernon, where George Washington lived, died, and is buried. And for the first time, I'm so excited because I love Thomas Jefferson. We're going to Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's house. I'm going to see his house where he died and where he's buried. I think that's it for the founding fathers this year. There may be some more presidential graves, actually. Now I think about it, I think there will be. I know some of y'all like that. We basically had a slow winter, which that's just how YouTube works. If you're a YouTuber and post videos, you probably know. But if you don't, it's YouTube is like, it's obviously it's a business, right? But it's broken into quarters, just like any other business. So 4 quarters. YouTube spends the most money on ads. The fourth quarter of the year, which we are basically in now. That's why you'll see YouTubers post way more than they ever have in December. People post daily, every other day. I just stick to my same usual stuff because that's just, I don't have time to go out and make 1,000 videos. But January is quarter 1 and everything's very much slows down. So the nice run we had where I'm already starting to see the views and stuff slow down. And I know it's not you guys, it's the YouTube algorithm just slows pushing everything out. But that was until March 22nd of this year, 2025. I posted a very big Lee Harvey Oswald video. It was the Lee Harvey Oswald his grave and where he died. And I went to a couple other locations in Dallas related to Oswald. And I think that was, that was our biggest video of this year. I think we're just over 244,000 views on that video. So thank you guys again. That was awesome. If you want to see more I have an entire JFK Oswald playlist. There's going to be more videos coming out in 2026. I have some really good ideas that like no one has filmed on YouTube before. It's funny too. Like I get comments, and I've seen it on other people's comments too. Even like way bigger YouTubers than me. Uh, I go to a place or film somebody's grave, and I'll see somebody in the comments will say, "Well, Grimlife's already been there," or "Jordan the Lion has already been there." I'm like, so does that mean no other YouTuber is allowed to come out and see or film anything else? So with that being said, I'm so excited when I can find something or I have an idea or go to a location that like it is not on YouTube. And I have a couple of those videos. Actually, listen to this one. Most of January, my on my channel has all the videos that are coming out have never been seen on YouTube. And like I double check and make sure search wise and this and that um, before I'll say that, you know. But I have a banging. I don't want to sound like crazy, but I think I have a banging 2026 January coming up that y'all are gonna like this. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely did a few JFK and Oswald related videos in 2025. I actually did a video that was fully related to Officer JD Tippit. I retraced all that and went to his grave. Nobody on YouTube has been to his grave, so I was glad to do that. The thing about the JFK Oswald videos, which it comes with the territory, is people get nuts in the comments. And I try to not put my own opinions in those videos. I'm just like, I'm here to show you the locations and that's it. You know, fight amongst yourselves in the comments, okay? But people get so crazy. Some of them I have to delete. Like they'll drop bad like F bombs and people call people an idiot and yeah, or call me an idiot. So I'll just delete them because I'm like, I don't need that in here. Uh, but people get so, and I understand why, but I'm like, don't take it out on me just for filming where whatever happened, you know. All right, I'm gonna pause and read through some of these comments because I don't want you all to feel like I'm ignoring you. Okay. Am the Woo was definitely a great guy. I I like it's so weird because like a lot of us we didn't personally know him, but I've watched the guy for like 8 or 9 years, you know. I felt just cuz you're watching him on screen like every week, it's like we all knew him, you know. Johnny says any chance anybody knows what Adam passed away from? Um there's an autopsy that obviously still has to go on. My wife found stuff because it was so sad. She actually, before I got up, she found an article, texted it to me, and I was like, "Yeah, I know." But she was doing some research, and it could have been. It sounds like a heart attack. It sounds like maybe because he just got back from a really long flight from Europe a couple days ago, and there was some people speculating that it was a blood clot that got to his heart a couple days later. That sounds like what it is at the moment. Thanks, Bandit the Cat. I know you watch every video. Common Historian, I appreciate you saying that. Watched every one of your videos this year. That's dedication because there was some bad ones that came out this year, but no, I mean most of them I think are pretty good. Richard, old school friend, moved to Houston. I'm actually going to Houston to. I have a bunch of uh, videos to film. I got like 8 videos to film in Houston area. There's more Bonnie and Clyde coming in the Houston area too. Actually, for those of you who know the story, W.D. Jones, who is one of the Barrel Gang members, is buried down there in Houston. So I'm going to go see his grave. Skunk Ape Mysteries. That is very well said. I totally agree. Everybody has different opinion. Yep. David, yes, I have more Bonnie and Clyde videos coming out. Actually, I have one in January that's coming out. Nobody's ever been to this location or this specific grave site. Thanks, little Miss Brooks. Glad to have you here. Very sad about Adam. Okay, let's move on. Speaking of, after we're going through the year, January, winter, March, JFK stuff. We also uploaded 4 of the King, 4 Elvis videos this year. I have so many subscribers that are Elvis fans, and I love that because Elvis has always been my dude. I've always been a big Elvis fan. And let me see. We did retracing Elvis's steps in Memphis. That's pretty good. I think that is like 24,000 views. I did 2 Graceland videos. That was fun. The second one was fun. Part 2, when we go see the jumpsuits and the planes and all that. The first one in the house is so hard. I really don't like, you cannot film in there. And anybody who does, they're just not supposed to. And I respect, there's been other places like museums or whatever I've gone in and you're not supposed to film, but it's like, who's going to care? But I won't do that to Elvis. So that one's, I don't like the going in just taking pictures and doing a voiceover. Like, it kind of kills the whole video for me, but I'll do it so people can see. But yeah, we did that. I do have 1 or 2, I think 1 Elvis video coming out smack in the start of the new year, 2026, because his birthday, if you didn't know, is January 8th. So long live the king of rock and roll. I did 2. I did in May, and then in December, I think it was. I actually visited 2 Titanic museums, and the Branson one's awesome. That place has really cool stuff. I saw some people commented saying all that stuff is fake in there. I honestly don't think they would make such a huge reputable museum with just a bunch of fake stuff in there. So maybe you guys, whoever thinks that, you may want to check your sources. But there was one in Dallas that came up, like those little pop-up ones we went and toured, and I was just honest. I did the tour. I had no idea what it was going to be like. Nicole and I did the tour, and at the end of the tour, I said, "You know what, guys? I didn't really care for that. I wouldn't really recommend it." And I enjoyed that people actually liked my honesty, and they're like, "Well, thanks for letting me know." So, moving along, since I'm in Dallas and Oklahoma City is only 3 hours north of me, I posted 2 Oklahoma City bombing related videos this year. I am thankful for both. I did the museum tour. That went really well. I think that has like over 50,000 views or something like that. My other video, though, where I retrace the steps of Timothy McVeigh, that one, at first, I got to be honest, I was a little disappointed in, because it didn't do well initially. And that sucked because I drove like across 2 states, did like 10 different locations, went into some like sketchy places. And then you do all that thinking, oh, this is going to be a home run. And then it just turns out like, but I'm thankful it caught on later. So if you're interested and want to go see that stuff, I think those videos are in my Dark History playlist. 2 Oklahoma City bombings. Now, moving on, we visited, which is probably like half of my channel. We visited so many graves this year, and probably, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like doing certain museums and retracing steps of certain people and going, oh my gosh, going to like dark history locations. Like we went to the Leonard Skinner plane crash site this past year. Like I like that stuff, but I think 70% of 2026 is going to be like gravesite videos and gravesite where they died and that type of stuff. But let's discuss some of the famous graves we made it to in 2025. First of all, some founding fathers from the Revolutionary War. I love that. Because in Boston, we saw Sam Adams, Paul Revere, John Hancock. I just did their graves. My future plan, I don't think it's going to happen in 2026, but I do think in 2027, I want to do specific videos on each one of them and like go to where their houses were and where they died and where they worked and where John Hancock's land was and all that. So I went to see the founding fathers. Officer J.D. Tippit, who was involved in the whole JFK assassination, you know how that goes, allegedly killed by Lee Harvey Oswald. We went to see his grave, did a video just on him. Spanky, oh my gosh. Everyone knows about the Little Rascals, right? The original Little Rascals, the original Spanky. I could not believe when that video came out. We were down in Austin. He's buried in the Texas State Cemetery because he's from here. And I could not believe that that video got like 50,000 views in, God, like a couple weeks. And I was like, I don't know if people are going to remember him and this and that. But Spanky, I cannot believe that. And I'll let you guys in on a little secret right now. I had so many people comment saying, well, since you did Spanky, you got to go do Alfalfa's grave because he was murdered. So the plan is in 2026, I'm going to Los Angeles 2 times, count them 2. I'm going to go to Alfalfa's grave and where he died. So Kate Spade was another one. I could not believe that. Kate Spade, you know, the Kate Spade handbags. I was in Kansas City, Missouri, went to see her grave and tell her story. She's another one that tragically ended her own life very young. But the views like skyrocketed with her. I think she's at like 90,000 plus views. Toby Keith was a more recent one. He's buried in Oklahoma. That was cool to see his entrance to his house and, you know, his memorial there. That's in Norman, Oklahoma. I did an alien grave thing in Texas. That was all right. It's a cool story, but like you don't know what to believe. Who else do we do? Pretty Boy Floyd. I had a lot of people comment about his grave. That was another one that took off like really fast with views. He's buried up like in nowhere, Oklahoma. But I have more gangster graves and Old West outlaw graves coming in 2026. I really want to go see Al Capone's grave. He's in Chicago. I'm not going to Chicago in 2026 as far as I know, but I will get there. But there's stay tuned. There's more gangster graves coming out. If you like that stuff and you haven't seen my Al Capone video that came out in December, just go like 2 or 3 back on my channel and you'll see it. Let's see. Where's the common historian at? He loves the Salem stuff. I love Salem. I absolutely love Salem, Massachusetts. I told my wife, I said, When we someday retire, I want to spend every single fall in Massachusetts." But my Salem witches graves video say the only thing that sucks about the Salem stuff, it's so seasonal. Uh, it basically, and it's just it is what it is. It's a seasonal video, right? So every year, my Salem videos, because I have an entire Salem playlist, I've been there so many times. Every year, the Salem videos start to get some traction, like in beginning of August. Then they start booming in September, really booming in October, kind of going a little bit in November, and then they like die right before Christmas. And that's the shelf life of my Salem videos. But Salem Witch Trials graves, that was really cool and interesting to see. I actually went to two presidents' graves in 2026. We went to see Harry S. Truman. He is buried in people gave me hell in the comments for this video. See, he's buried in Independence, Missouri, which is just outside of Kansas City. And, people don't understand, like, if I make a video, right? And there's the chances are, unless you're a local or like from the state, you don't know, or you probably never heard of Independence, Missouri, right? So if I say, "Hey guys, we're here in Independence, Missouri," so I just pick like generally the closest city. So I'm like, "Okay, guys, we're here outside of Kansas City, Missouri," but there's so many locals that like, boom, beat the crap out of me in the comments, saying like, "Dude, you're in Independence. What are you talking about?" Um, that's like me saying, I'm filming a JFK video. Instead of saying, "Hey guys, I'm here in Dallas, Texas," I mentioned Grapevine, Texas, but nobody's heard of Grapevine unless you're local. So, you know what I mean? Let's see. Continuing on with the graves, we got a few more, and then I'll look at the comments. Jesse James, that was so fun. Speaking of, that was on that trip when I was in Kansas City, Missouri. I went to the Jesse James farm. That was part one. That was really fun. Toured that. What was his name? Dan. Dan works there. Super nice guy. If you're in that area, 1,000% go check it out if you're into that stuff. Even if you're not, even if you're just into history, it's the James Farm is an awesome thing to see. And then part Jesse James part two, where we went to the house that he was killed in, and we went to see his grave. Was Machine Gun Kelly's grave this year? Big Red, I believe. I don't know. I don't know. It may have been earlier this year or last year. Good question. I debated about going back and redoing that video because it was with my old mics and they just sound like crap. But I'm like, nah, I've already been there. Funny enough, and I know I'm weird, and some people would think this is sick, but maybe you guys don't because you follow my channel and you're into this stuff too. But for how sick and weird it sounds, the Leonard Skinner plane crash site has been a bucket list item for my channel. So I was glad to say we made it there this year. It was, oh my gosh, that was out in the middle of nowhere. Where the heck was that? Is it in Louisiana? Mississippi? Somebody let me know. Gosh, I can't even remember. I just know, and oh my gosh, our baby girl was with us. She was like 7 months at the time. And we're just driving through the woods forever trying to get to this Leonard Skinner plane crash site. But I'm so glad we went. The video did really well. I did my best. It's a lot of people don't get this too. It's hard to make a very fun, and I don't want to say fun because a lot of these videos are pretty dark and sad, but it's hard to make a very interesting video when there's just like a marker a memorial marker, or we're going to a grave site. There's literally just a grave. You got to think of all these other things to like, okay, how am I going to keep this video interesting so people watch it more than 2 minutes? You know, um, we're going to get into Bonnie and Clyde stuff because boy, did we have a Bonnie and Clyde year. But first, let me go back and check out some comments. Oh, NEM 525. I like that emoji. Merry Christmas. Thank you, David. Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. It's my favorite time of year. Well, I don't know. Halloween is very close. I don't know. As I get older, I think Halloween is a little more my favorite. David says, what's your favorite Bonnie and Clyde location and why? I have an easy answer. Anything in Dallas, because there's so many things that are still here that you can go see. Unfortunately, the Barrow filling station where the Barrow family lived, that was torn down like 3 years ago. But there's a bunch of other stuff in Dallas. So really just anything in Dallas. And the best thing about Bonnie and Clyde locations in Dallas is they're all like so close to each other. Richard, thanks for stopping by. Have a great new year. Common Historian, thanks. Happy New Year. Travel with Lisa. How's it going? Bigger Red. Dude, I thought we determined that you're the same age as me. Rumor has it that Nick is so old. Thanks, Richard. So, yeah. Justin, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Adam the Blue was a YouTube OG. Absolutely. I think I said that in my post. The GOAT. He really was. Like, I don't think anybody was doing. Actually, I'm pretty sure nobody was doing this type of content before he started it. Even like the daily vlogging, I was watching. I had a sad day. I was watching just a bunch of stuff, and he was like, him and his passing was making it to like kind of somewhat national news in a way. Like there was an article in Kansas City, Missouri that Fox 35 Kansas City something did an article about Adam the Woo. Obviously there was a TV station in Florida that like covered his death tonight. But there's a couple things that said, he was like one of the first daily vloggers, if not the first, way back then before that was even a thing. Okay, let's move to Bonnie and Clyde stuff. My first, wow, is that really? I have my notes down, and I don't even believe some of the stuff I wrote. My first Bonnie and Clyde video of 2025 came out June 7th. Oh yes, Bonnie Parker's original grave. That was dumb luck that I was able to get in there because it's a closed cemetery that's literally like locked up. What was that cemetery called? So everyone knows Bonnie. If you know the story, Bonnie Parker is buried in Dallas, separate from Clyde. But where she's buried is not her original burial site. She was originally buried in Fish Trap Cemetery, which is also in Dallas. But then her grave was getting just harassed and graffitied or whatever they did back in the 30s, and they actually moved her to the cemetery that she's at now. And nobody has been to that cemetery, so I went there, and like I said, it's all locked up. But dumb luck, we had like a not a tornado, but like a high windstorm like a month before I went. It was in May, and a lot of the fence that surrounds the cemetery was blown down, and I actually got to go in there, and I found the plot. I found where her relatives are buried, and I lined it up from the Google Photos I had, and I said I think she was buried right here. And I had a few people in the comments actually comment and say you're correct. That's right where she was. So that was cool. If you want to go see that video, Bonnie and Clyde playlist. August, I this was on my Kansas City trip. I went to Platte City, Missouri, which is just outside of Kansas City, to where Bonnie and Clyde had their Red Crown Tavern shootout. Other people have been there. Uh, there's that video, honestly, in my opinion, didn't do that great, but I'm not that surprised only because there's really nothing there. There's literally a marker and an empty farm field where the Red Crown Tavern once was. And all you could really do is go there, read the marker, and tell the story. And other people have done it. So I wanted to go because I was in that area. And that's okay that it didn't do well because I personally got to check it off my Bonnie and Clyde playlist. Oh, this video. I didn't think I would get back, but I did. In the summer, the video came out in September, but I think it was in July or August. We returned to the Bonnie and Clyde death site in Gibbsland, Louisiana. And I put that video together with visiting the Texas Rangers graves who were buried in Austin. I went to see the grave of Frank Hamer and Manny Galt, who were two of the Rangers who shot and killed Bonnie and Clyde. So that video was doing really well. I think it's close to 90,000. I was happy about that. It was actually cool to go back to that death location. Does that sound weird? It probably does sound weird. That's all right. And like I said, if you haven't seen the previous video, I stayed at the Bonnie and Clyde Joplin garage apartment. But looking forward in 2026, I probably will have at least 5 to 8 more Bonnie and Clyde videos coming up. So stay tuned for those if you like that stuff. All right, let's jump into what's coming up in 2026. I'm very much looking forward to this year. We, with having a baby, and like I said, she just turned 1. Um, the traveling that my wife and I always did, especially the first couple of years of this channel, really went down this year. I did have to take a couple solo trips to, keep videos going. But 2026, we are ramping up traveling again, and I'm so excited. Our baby girl has yet to be on a plane, but she will join us. We're all going. The three of us are going to Los Angeles this early part of this year, so that will be her first time on a plane. Actually, she's gonna get on 2 planes this year, and I'm at least going on 4, as far as I know. That doesn't include the driving trips. So just to give you an idea, we have a lot of traveling coming up in 2026. Let me talk about this. So early, I don't know. I think it's going to be the second video in 2026 coming out, but everyone remembers the 1993 Waco siege with the Branch Davidians, David Koresh, the 51-day standoff. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. But I did a video there 3 years ago, and it was basically a flop. It got like 4,000 views. But like 3 years ago, I was still just kind of starting out. I think I just got monetized 3 years ago, basically. So I was like, whatever. It was okay. But out of nowhere, like the last month, this video that I made 3 years ago, boom, like I have no idea what happened. But if you look at the analytics on this 3-year-old Waco video that I made, for like 3 years, the views are like flat, and then out of nowhere, it's like 90 degrees up. And I kid you not, I got like 50,000 views in like a month on a 3-year-old video. I have no idea why that happened. But the reason I'm saying that is because I have two brand new Waco videos coming out. Uh, one in January, and then one will be out later. But the one I'm really excited for y'all to see, I found the cemetery, not only the cemetery, but the graves of like a dozen of the Waco victims. I can't believe I found it. And I don't think there's really anyone who's covered that on YouTube. So I'm really looking forward to showing y'all that. But I think the first video coming up is going to be about David Koresh. So we got some Waco videos coming up. Plenty of famous graves, like I said before, outlaws, gangsters. Ma Barker, she was around the same time as Bonnie and Clyde. Her video's coming up soon, I think. Like I said, I'm going to Los Angeles 2 times. Oh, I'm so excited. Hold on. You guys, I'm not used to talking. Like, we're going 46 minutes now. I don't talk like that much and in normal life. Now I'm talking for 47 minutes straight, so my throat is like, yeah, you know. But I'm so excited. I'm going on a trip in June. It's May, June, or July. I haven't decided fully yet. But I'm covering I'm going to like the Northeast. I'm covering a bunch of states. I think I'm going to fly into Philly. There's going to be a couple videos around Philly. There's going to be a couple videos in Baltimore. There's going to be some in DC, and there's going to be a bunch in Virginia. And I'm doing like a solo, unless my mom decides to go with me. I don't know if she's on here. Maybe she'll hear this and want to go. But as far as I know, it should be a solo trip. But I'm going to do like a 7-day road trip through all these states. But I'm so excited to retrace the steps of John Wilkes Booth. Once again, that sounds kind of weird, me saying I'm excited to do that. But it's only been done once, and there's two guys, Lamont at Large and Mobile Instinct. They did a video together like 4 or 5 years ago, retracing the steps of John Wilkes Booth, and that's been on my list for years because I that whole story interests me is a good word to use. So I'm interested to see the locations today. I don't know when that video will be out, but I'm excited to go retrace those steps and then find out the approximate location where John Wilkes Booth died, and then he's actually buried in Baltimore. So that's why we're hitting up Baltimore. I may go to the Guinness factory in Baltimore. Obviously, it's not the Guinness factory that's in Dublin, Ireland. I have been there. Not on my channel, but I don't know. I don't know if you guys would like that or not. If you guys want, if you'd be interested in getting the American Guinness Brewery, Guinness Factory tour, let me know. But I may just want to go there for myself. Bigger Red, you have your hand up. Is that a question? Are you proposing a question? Or are you just saying hi? Let's see. What else we got going on? Okay. Couple personal notes. I've said this a few times, but I wrote it down. My baby girl just turned 1. People were like, "Oh, is this her first Christmas?" And we're like, "Well, technically, no, it's her second because she was born December 3rd last year. So technically, she was here last Christmas. Um, but as you know, a 3-week-old baby, my wife says, is basically like a potato. Like they just sit there and sleep and eat. So this year, she's like, she actually knows what's going on. We just celebrated her birthday, and she can like rip presents open. It's so fun. She's walking. Gosh, she's fast. I mean, she's always been fast. She started crawling early, fly around the house, and now she started walking on her birthday, which is crazy. And now she like gets really quick with walking. She's like she's nuts for a 12-month-old baby. Speaking of babies, I this is crazy, but my brother is having uh my younger brother. I only have one brother. I think he's been on the channel maybe like 2 times, something like that in past videos. Uh he's a few years younger than me. He's having his own kids, first kids, and I say kids because he's actually having twins. I cannot believe that. Twins. So those twins, and it's a boy and a girl. I cannot believe that. So we are going up to Pennsylvania sometime next fall to see them once the babies are a little bit older. Let's see what else. Other than that, I'm just excited for 2026. I cannot believe my channel, how it has performed. Everyone is different. I have friends, and this is no word of lie. I have friends who have YouTube channels who upload like way more than me, multiple times a week, so many videos in a month, do all this stuff, and there it's just whatever is not working. And I try to help where I can. Um, and then I also have friends who like post just as much as me and have only been on here for a year, and one of them is like at, gosh, 130,000 subs already, and I'm like, how do you do that? So I just take it as I'm just happy we're doing what we're doing on this channel. And I think one of the big takeaways is just try to be original. And even though there's only so many like dark history locations you can go to, and so many famous graves you can see, and with the amount of content that's on YouTube, it's obviously, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's very hard to find stuff that nobody has covered before. So when I can, I'm like extra happy, you know. Um, but that doesn't mean, just because so and so went to Elvis Presley's grave, that doesn't mean I shouldn't go film it. Actually, that video, I don't know if I did good or what, but that my Elvis Presley gravesite video, that did really well. So I'm looking forward to 2026. And I want to thank you all so much for being a part of this journey. I also very much want to thank my members. A few of them, actually, I've seen at least 4 of them, I think, are here tonight. Uh, Thank you, members, so much. You know who you are. I appreciate you. You make a lot of these trips possible. So if anybody is interested in supporting the channel and want to become a member, feel free to join. If you don't, it's not going to hurt me. The only thing that would hurt me is if you stop watching my videos. Then I'll be upset, but I won't know who you are if you know. Oh man. Kyle Log channel. Hi, Kyle. Welcome. I feel bad because Kyle, I'm like getting ready to wrap this up, and you just joined, so I kind of feel bad about that. Um, but if you want to, this will be up and running again. If you want to go watch the replay. I'm surprised, honest to God, I'm surprised at how many people watch the replays on these live things. If you're watching if this is you in the future and you're watching to this point, just leave a comment down below saying, "Hi, I'm watching in the future." But I thought people just like jump on here, they watch the lives and then they move on. Um, but I think I actually get more views afterward. Like people will watch these live streams tomorrow or the next day. That's kind of cool. Kyle, that was so nice of you to say. We can't say enough how much we all enjoyed Adam the Woo's channel. It's still like makes my stomach sick to think about that. But thank you for saying the kind words. I hope you and your family have a great Christmas as well. I normally do these live streams Wednesday nights, but obviously tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I will be home. We won't be doing really much, just my wife and our baby girl and myself just hanging out at the house. But I'm like, I don't want to bother y'all on Christmas Eve doing a live stream. So does anyone have any questions before we go? Bigger Red, yes. Los Angeles 2 times in 2026. I need a lot of videos, and Los Angeles is like the gold mine of what my channel content is about. My gosh, you could film for years just doing grave type of videos in Los Angeles. You would have content for years. So my plan is to go like 2-week long trips and just bulk up on videos. That's the plan. Obviously keeping in mind what you guys would like to see. Because I don't know if you know this, but the only reason YouTube videos are successful is if first your subscribers watch. If YouTube does like this test thing, there's different phases. Test 1 is like we're going to put it out to your immediate favorite subscribers who watch. If they like it and are engaging well, then they push it out to subscribers who somewhat watch. And then if that does well, then they push it out to the general public. And then if that does well, then they push it out to a wider audience. Now, if you post a video that your subscribers don't give two craps about, well, guess what? It's not going to do anything because it never makes the rest of the steps. So that's basically how the YouTube algorithm works in a nutshell. People think it's so confusing, and I don't know why I'm not getting views and yada yada yada. But so many people say subscribers don't matter anymore. That's like the furthest thing from the truth because that's what the algorithm cares about. If anybody has their own channel, wants to make videos there, you just got a free tip. Thanks, Kyle. Look at that, y'all. It is 59 minutes, so we've been going, and I've been talking. My throat actually feels pretty good. Oh, Kyle, well, welcome. Yeah, man, check out the channel. If you like, here you go. If you like famous graves, dark historical locations, gangsters, mobsters, Old West outlaws, then I think you'll like my channel. That's basically what it is in a nutshell. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna head out. once again, rest in peace, Adam the Lou. I have enjoyed him and his channel so much, and we can just keep his family in our thoughts and prayers, especially this time of year and this week being Christmas. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. I cannot wait to see y'all in the new year, and I appreciate y'all watching. Look at that, 1 hour on the dot. Thank you, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you. I'll see you Saturday. Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. New videos every Saturday. Take care, y'all. Merry Christmas.